With today being the anniversary of a violent coup attempt on Capitol Hill, I think it's important to talk about dishonesty. What makes lying immoral? When you lie, you take away all or a portion of other people's freedom. The people caught in the lie will move forward with a false understanding. If those people hold the liar in high regard, they won't even consider opposition to the lie. They will voluntarily, unknowingly give up their freedom for it. Some will even let the lie become a part of their overall identity. You see, in this exchange, the liar is in control of the believer and can manipulate them using existing lies or by additional dishonesties built upon other lies. Talented liars recognize features of a person's identity and use those against them. The people most susceptible to lies are those who are inherently not skeptical, as well as those who engage in simplistic forms of tribalism. Some examples of simplistic, mostly unharmful by themselves, forms of tribalism we see in our modern society can be observed in sports fans, ethnic groups, racial groups, movie fans, and unfortunately in US politics. Every single closely held tribalism a person has is an easily recognizable chink in the skeptical armor for those who seek to control. This is often called groupthink, which is best explained as the root for your team mentality. It's certainly okay to root for a sports team or to be a fan of a movie series, but for a person to blindly reject all opposition to the perceived team, ignoring all criticisms, valid or otherwise, is a recipe for manipulation. You see, once the person considers those on the other team, whoever they may be, to be inherently in opposition, while those who root for your team have an automatic foot in the door, the walls of skepticism built to protect you from manipulation have been breached. Blind groupthink in politics is a manipulator's wet dream, because once the liar has a foot in the door, they can use those closely held tribalistic beliefs to their advantage. Make no mistake, there are tons and tons of people in our society that, even a year later, believe the lie that the election was stolen. These people did not come to this belief using sound logic or reason. They came to this belief through manipulation, and we still see this manipulation being spread by sitting congressmen and women. We see the manipulation on numerous conservative media outlets as well as all over social media. Many of these people are slaves to the lie, and while it's our duty as citizens to break this toxic cycle without the threat of violence, we still need to stand strong for our democracy. While the vast majority of the false movement are lemmings, we need to be ever vigilant to protect our democracy from the underground movement of anarchists and fascists that has plagued our society since its inception. This toxic amoeba of hate and discontent is growing larger and is constantly vying for control, using every tool to their disposal to undermine our way of life. January 6th was just a dress rehearsal. If you care about your fellow citizens, then break them from these chains. If you take care of the enslaved, then the liars can no longer be masters. If they are no longer masters, then they inherently have no power. Continue challenging those who are caught in the lie. You may not change that individual person's mind, but your opposition can be seen by others, and it's a guarantee that their minds can be changed. You see, many of these people live in an echo chamber. All of the people that they interact with, just inherently by the algorithm of social media, are all saying the same thing they're saying. They're all caught in the lie, and they never see this opposition outside of that lie. Just by the way social media prioritizes our attention. Show the people who falsely call themselves patriots what it means to actually be a patriot. Because up to this point, they have been fed a bad example.
There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened, where they could take it away from all of us, from me, from you, from our country. This was a fraudulent election, but we can't play into the hands of these people. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. You've seen what happens. You see the way others are treated that are so bad and so evil. I know how you feel. But go home and go home in peace.
Your own county, storm your own Capitol buildings, and take down every one of these corrupt motherfuckers. Hang up!